JD Talking Sports. Love being live. We're live today on location in sunny Florida, where Michigan's out with Daba doing some errands. JD said, let's get a show going. How about this? This blows my mind. I'm going to lead the show off with this, that Cam, I want to get his name right, Cam McCormick, tight end. Hey, what's up, company, Jace? Cam McCormick is going to play his 9th season for the U this season. Began his career at Oregon in 2016, missed significant parts of 4 seasons due to injury, which along with his redshirt year and COVID year 2020 allowed him to petition the NCAA for an unprecedented 9th season of eligibility. 9 seasons of eligibility. He said his tagline is the pursuit of excellence, has no goal line, of calling 2024 his last ride. He's 25. He was a 3-star prospect out of Bend, Oregon, was part of the 2016 signing class at Oregon and included quarterback Justin Herbert, who, if I'm correct, just finished his 4th NFL season, 3rd or 4th, Nick Bosa, Ed Oliver, Rashawn Gary, and Jalen Hurts, all established NFL veterans right now. He redshirted as a true freshman, McCormick, in 2016, played 13 games as a reserve in 2017, a broken leg in 2018, complications that cost him the 19 and 20 season, foot injury 2 weeks into 2021. He was granted a 6th year of eligibility in 2019, had another year added in 2020 because of COVID. In 22, he was able to play a full season, earning the Capital One Orange Bowl FWAA Courage Award for his perseverance, appearing in 13 games and making 6 starts. What's up, Kev? I'm jealous you are. Yeah, I think everybody is. So he played 13 games, making 6 starts, granted an 8th and 9th year of eligibility for 23 before transferring to Miami, where he was reunited with Coach Mario Cristobal. Last season, 8 catches, 62 yards, but he had to resubmit a waiver, which he got. It was approved by the ACC. He said that his goal was to play in the NFL, and I want to say I gave it my best opportunity and best shot. Critics said, hey, listen, he's 25. But he said he isn't going to be cut short by what people are saying, and hope the story will be an inspiration to other players battling injuries. He said, I feel like my journey can help those that have to experience that. It's tough, but hopefully there's some inspiration there, and guys who get injured and can see my journey and dig deep within and keep pushing toward their goals and their future, which is, I think, is pretty awesome. So he got an undergraduate degree in advertising and his master's in advertising brand responsibility at Oregon. I don't know what the hell that is. And he is taking more undergrad classes at Miami. I mean, the guy could have a PhD by now. And there was a huge list of players that he came in with. But am I corrected? Is Herbert going? So I was trying to see. Did Justin Herbert play his? Justin Herbert has been an NFL quarterback. I'm trying to think, how many years is he? Yeah, he has played. Right, 4 years. He's had 4 years in the NFL. And McCormick is going to get a 9th year of eligibility. 4 years in the NFL. 25 years old. Everybody's like, dude, you're 25. Hey, you know what? Guy gets injured. What is he going to do? What's going to be? Is it ever going to be as good in college? Never. I mean, never. It'll never be as good as it was in college. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. So I say go for it, man. I say do what you're going to do. Do what you got to do. What's that song? Do what you got to do. So Rob, if you're going to come live, I got a shitload of stuff to talk about, and you're just going to be along for the ride. So that's what I'm telling you right now. If you're coming on, it's going to be you're going to come on. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. So, and Ernesto has joined us. All right. Now, I love this about the Giants. I love it. Joe Shane says that at the end of the day, it starts with me, and I've got to do a better job through the entire organization. We're a 6-win team. You are what your record says you are, and I've got to do a better job. Dude, you look like shit. There's no 2 ways around it. There is no 2 ways around it.
I just woke up from a nap. I do feel better than I was earlier, but yeah, I'm good for being along for the ride. You talk about
but
comment here and there.
No, but that's what I want you to comment. What do you think about Shane saying, at the end of the day, it starts with me, and I've got to do a better job throughout the entire organization. We've got to do a better job. I totally agree with that. I totally agree. And, hey, what Parcells says you're judged by wins or losses. So fill me in. What do you think? Did I lose you? Did you freeze? What happened? Oh, you know what? I don't know if I have great internet here, dude. Yeah, so if I lose you, you freeze, yeah. I am out in Florida. I am on my,
Yeah, absolutely. That's shit.
yeah, it's not you, dude. It's my internet. My internet sucks.
Shit.
Yeah, I can't hear.
Huh?
No, it's not you, dude. My internet sucks.
Now you're.
Yeah, my internet sucks. Yeah, continue.
Gotcha.
Continue on your journey. I'm gonna have to go back inside. Yeah, this is, yeah, it's
Shane doing that is leadership, you know?
right. It's all about leadership, right? Yeah, it is all about
Yeah,
leadership.
man, that's what that is. Take responsibility is leadership.
But I mean, hey, you know, I mean, you won 6 games, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, I was reading a whole thing about the team next year. The Jones, really, he's only on a contract another year, so they can get rid, so they're only tied to him for the next season. And I think they're going to draft a quarterback. I really do, Rob. I think that's going to happen.
Yep, I agree.
You think so?
Well, this is the year.
This is the year. Now did
Hope so.
did you hear Tirico talk to dipshit Goodell, who said,
Oh, yes. The officiating.
yeah, analysts aren't perfect, coaches aren't perfect, our quarterbacks aren't perfect. They throw incompletions, running backs miss the hole, but we ask the officials to be perfect. They're making decisions out there in a matter of seconds. Yeah. And
Would
they're.
you like me to translate? Would you like me to translate what he said?
Yes, translate for me.
His translation is, the owners are paying me a shit truckload of money, so I'm going to sit here and take the bullets for them, and the officiating creates more people talking about us, which gets more eyes on us, so keep paying me, and I'll keep taking the hit. So, yeah, go refs.
Go refs. Yeah. Bobby Bugs has joined us.
That's the translation.
That is the translation. Yeah, he said, he basically said that, meanwhile, get full-time refs, get refs that are the same age of the players, and maybe, you'll have more of a competitive, you have a more competitive refereeing field out there. I'm just tired of him, dude. I got to be honest with you. I am not. Oh, and so I like seeing sometimes these guys that get signed to future deals. The guys that really didn't cut the lineup. So Shaq Davis played at South Carolina State. Didn't make the Saints, so the Eagles picked them up. I guess you could never have enough wide receivers, right? You say you never have enough wide receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't really care about that. He's like,
So it's not okay. I thought there's maybe I thought it was a guy that maybe now made. Oh yeah, I mean, if he can develop and it's something good for him, I mean, he's going to end up on the practice squad, so it's not like he's going to eat up a roster spot.
Right. And you heard, and I sent this to you guys, Company Jace guys. Alphonse Taylor, I think he's an offensive lineman for Bama, said players transfer every day. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me, here we are. We're one game from the Natty. Instead of running it back, all these guys are transferring. He goes, on top of that, you get a coach who was in the national championship game, and he says it's not about what, it's all about money. And that's what the problem with the NIL. It's all about the goddamn money, and that pisses me off, man.
Yeah, I just noticed something where I guess there's a way where college people who aren't quite eligible for the draft can apply for a waiver to get into the NFL draft, and this year it was only 50, I think I just saw 53 players, when last year it was 64, the year before it was 90, and they said that is one good part about the NIL is guys who aren't really ready can stay in just at the beginning, and I opposed to being kind of maybe they're in a financial state where they have to kind of go, but they're really not ready, most likely not going to be able to really make it in the NFL yet because it's just not there skill-wise.
Right.
So, I mean, there's goods and bad sides to it. All this transferring is crazy. Like, it used to be your team was your team coming back. You knew who'd be good. Now it seems like there's more teams, so there's obviously more chance for players to change. But it's crazy how many people, even good teams like Alabama, it's nuts.
Dude, they lost. They're losing their cornerback, All-American freshman. He's leaving, and now there's a quarterback, Julian Sayin, top quarterback in the class of 24. He wants to enter the transfer portal. I guess highest ranking in the as he is number 3 overall, was in the recruiting class. Enrolled early at Bama. Said he wanted to play for Saban. Saban's gone. I'm gone. And I'm thinking, dude, you just got there. Talk to the coach. DeBoer got his team to the goddamn championship game. Why? And you're still at Bama. I'm just like, and he enrolled at school, so now he's dropping out. I'm like, I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. Yeah, and
as Melton was saying on the pod the other day, like, how is it for coaches? They have to baby these guys,
right.
Yeah, it's got to be so difficult. They're constantly recruiting. They're re-recruiting guys that they had just gotten to the team. They have to make, I don't know if they've been making promises or you're going to play next year, or because what if a recruit comes and he doesn't win the job because someone else who's recruited takes it from him? He's going to leave next year, and maybe the guy who took it from him is going pro, so you want him to stay, so you got to re-recruit him. I mean, yeah, it makes it really hard on the coaches.
But I didn't even know, Rob, that Eli didn't play his first year. I think Richard then was a backup second year. Didn't start till his third year. So I was busting my cousin that arches and started at Texas. He's like, backup Quinn Ewers another year. He doesn't give a shit. He'll get stronger. He'll play scout team. He's playing against the best team. And some of these guys, it doesn't matter. What does it matter? Like you said, let a guy sit. Mahomes basically sat the whole season, played the season finale. Whole season.
Love sat for 4 years, and look how good he looked this year. Once he got acclimated. Yeah, yep. I mean, some quarterbacks sit, some are ready right away, but you can't, and I think this applies in life. You can't take a template to certain things and apply it to every single situation.
Right, exactly.
It's not good. You have to take each situation individually and then go from there. And
I mean,
so if a quarterback's not ready, sit him. It's best. Like Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson was ready from day one. From day one, I said that's the next Joe Namath right there. Right there, I said.
And then DJ Stroud was clearly ready to play.
See, but what's interesting? Yeah, and I'm really kind of surprised about Stroud because, not surprised, I mean, I thought he was a very good college player, but I was like, I don't know, because, I took a track record of the school, and listen, and I love DeMeco Ryan. To me, I wanted DeMeco Ryan. I thought that was a guy that was ready to coach. Just ex-player, just had everything, Sal, I guess everybody thought was going to be that guy, but DeMeco Ryan really turned into that guy. Really turned.
And what's funny, if you look at DeMeco Ryan, I think he was only an assistant. Like he's normally you get like an assistant, way low and move up. He was only, I think, an assistant for like 3 or 4 years in the NFL. I think he was linebackers coach to start with, and the defense coordinator. Then the NFL head coach is real quick with his ascension from getting into the league as an assistant, the head coach was very small. Very small.
Well, I don't remember. I forgot. He didn't play. He played a couple years of pro. I think he went to Bama. If I'm right, DeMeco went to Bama. If I'm correct.
DeMeco Ryan played a while in the league. He was a star linebacker with the Texans.
Yeah, he played at Bama.
He was really good with the Texans, and then he went to Philadelphia. He was there for like 3 or 4 years. But he was at the Texans for like 4-something years. He was in the league for quite a number of years. No, something like 8, 10 years, somewhere.
You're right. Yeah, he was 10 years in the league. So think about it. 2015, he stops playing. I guess took a year off, and then bam, from 2017 on, you're right. The quality control coaches, especially, you whatever they want, you just do what you're the. And then from there, he went to linebacker coach, to defensive coordinator. I mean, it was quick. You're right, but he also had 10 years in the league. I think that helped him.
Yeah, I mean it does, but you look at I know we want to get to other stuff. So
no, we don't have to get to dude. I'm busting, dude.
Oh God, Eric Bieniemy. I mean, how long has he been?
You know what though, Rob? I think with Bieniemy, I don't think he's a good interviewer. Because I think if he was a good interviewer, like that's what, don't you feel that some guy, like I think Dable is a good interviewer. I think some guys are not a good interviewer. Then again, how the hell did whatchamacallit get the Crazy Eyes get the Jets job? Gase. How did Gase get a head coaching job?
But then if you look at someone like, did you see that video with Gannon when he ran into one of his receivers, or Murray was like, boom, boom, missile, whatever, like, all weird. He seems like an awkward guy, but knows his stuff, and he did really well with Arizona considering what they were expecting. So yeah, some guys are just. They said that with Tomlin. Tomlin really blew away the Steelers as a head coach. His interview.
And he's back next year. He's back there. But when you were going to say something, I don't think I'm busting when I say. When you come on, I don't care. Everything goes out the window. But what were you going to say before that?
No, but I like all the other stuff. That's good.
Yeah, I know you do. Kev has joined us. All right. And Ernesto goes Packers by 3. Listen, it all depends. This is okay, Rob. What do you think? If they come out, okay, this is what I'm thinking. If it's like 7-14, even if it's 7-3 at the end of one, I think the longer you keep a team in the game, the tighter they're going to get. And I'm concerned about the Ravens because I'm not sure You know, he hasn't won anything yet. They got home field. They haven't played in basically.
Niners?
Yeah, well, the Niners haven't played in 3 weeks. The Ravens haven't, because the Ravens set all their starters, and Andrews might be coming back.
Oh, okay, gotcha, okay, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I think as far as the Green Bay, of course, Ernesto, I would be the same way. I'd be fully confident in my team, no
Right.
question. I'd be the same way. I was that way with the Giants facing the Pats in the Super Bowl. And who would have thought they would have won that game? I was all Giants are going to win. So Ernesto, of course he's going to think his team's going to win. I think the 49ers, they were in the playoffs last year. They played well. This team generally has been a good team that's been in the playoffs overall the last number of years. I think they know what to expect. The same way you saw the Chiefs, who rested their players for 1 week, came out and played well last week. I know Miami is who they are, but still Kansas City was prepared for it. The Ravens, I think they're going to be prepared. They've been in the playoffs relatively for a while too, and this is kind of goes also with the 49ers. Is defense usually, if you're good, defense usually doesn't just come out and give up a ton of points. So whether the offense performs well, usually, from my recollection, I could be wrong, but defense, if they're a good defense, usually doesn't come out and just give up a ton. Dallas did, but I think that's really to do with coaching. I think Dallas's coaching is just not good. The coordinator is not a leader, and the head coach is clearly not a leader.
Oh, but Mike McCarthy is back. How do you tell a fan base?
Yeah.
How do you tell a fan?
What you said. You saw what he.
How do you? I said it all to you guys. I was like, oh my God. I was like, are you kidding me? The stuff that came out of his mouth.
Right.
What?
We're a championship organization. We just haven't won a Super Bowl yet.
Yes, we're a championship.
What are they hanging? Yes, of course you want to celebrate winning your division. Of course, that's your first goal, is to win your division. But if you're satisfied with that, if that's what you call a championship organization, boy. And of all teams, it's not like if this was the Rams who won 2 years ago, I'd say, okay, you've been there recently.
But you won.
You're just rebuilding it back up from 2 years ago. But
no, but this is the best one. So I love Clarence Hill. He goes, okay, so we got to slow down. McCarthy said they're going too fast, and you could chase big plays. There were a number of times we were chasing plays, and it bit us in the ass. We're going too fast. We're going too fast. I'm like, who says that? And we're a champion. What championship organization? You ever been to an NFC championship game since '95? It's like, guys, and your fan base has to be. Are we just idiots? Are we just fucking idiots?
Yeah, what I think he means by going too fast is this is what my friend sent me. This my friend I talk about him. He's a big Cowboys fan a long time. He was talking about how he's read a lot about Prescott and how, especially in the playoffs, the game, how they say, rookies come in, the game needs to slow down.
Right, yeah.
In the playoffs, a lot of guys get hyped, and it becomes, you're too quick, you're letting that adrenaline. He thinks that Prescott is doing that in the playoffs. He rushes it too much and just doesn't, game hasn't slowed down from the playoffs yet. And then maybe does it all the time, it's over.
It's called choking. That's what I call it. So Bumble sent me this. Breaking, the NFL has just announced that all future Super Bowls will be played in Dallas to ensure no team will ever get home field advantage again. I was like, I said, that's a good one. I said, that's a keeper. I thought that, but Goodell's an idiot. Goodell just needs to shut up. He just needs to shut up, dude, And did you see Bill O'Brien?
If I were him, with the amount of money I'm making, I would get out there and...
Yeah, you'd be like, I do every press conference naked. I'd be like, I don't care. And I think he's made $700 million as a commissioner. They said some astronomical amount of money. He has made a fortune.
Yeah.
But did you see Bill O'Brien is going, so he went from NFL, head coach, offensive coordinator, now and then he was college with Bama for a bit, now he's going back to Ohio State. So Milton thinks it's a desperation move because they said Ryan Day, they brought a new athletic director, and if he doesn't win this year, even with the great record he has, they're going to fire his ass. But that sounded a little bit like desperation to me. So I don't know.
So you don't think Bill O'Brien's a good
No, I think
coordinator?
I think he is good, but I feel like they're really going they're like, okay, Michigan, Harbaugh's gone. They lost pretty much the whole team. Let's get everybody in so we can. There's no chance we can lose this year. That's what it feels like to me. Yeah. Now, I was following the Knicks. I didn't have it on. Brunson 41 last night.
Yeah, and he was banged up. You could tell his calf was bothering him, and then he twisted his ankle a little bit, and he's averaging 26%, and I think it's like shooting the last point guard to average what he's averaging and shoot the percentage he's shooting is Steph Curry in like 16 or 17, some ridiculous. He's amazing.
He is, yeah. So I mean, so was it close? Was it like always nip and tuck with them?
Yeah, I mean, they mixed a couple times, got out to like 8 or 9, and then it came back. They just didn't play well. I know people were killing them, but you're going to have your games you don't play well. To me, they got the win. That's the important part. Their defense played well, and they got the win. I mean,
who gives a shit? Right.
Game every game.
Right. And so you got 21 from Randall, 19 from Anunoby, DiVincenzo 19, and Hardenstein 17 goddamn rebounds. I mean, good God.
Yeah, their bench is an issue, and we know that. They need to address that. This year, they're 17-0 against sub-500 teams.
And that's what you have to beat. You have to beat
your lesser teams.
You have to beat the crappy times.
Against the better teams,
right.
they may not do great against, but, we know they're not quite on the Milwaukee and Boston level. We know that. They're still adding to the team, but the old Knicks team would have been like, teams in Knicks past would have been like 8 and 9 against sub-500 teams. So they're slowly getting better and moving, we'll see, but their bench is an issue, and they have to address it.
And I told you what, I saw that they want to the Nets, it's too rich for them to give up 2 firsts for Murray, and you're like, give him 3, give him 4.
Yeah. Well, the Knicks and Nets are at different positions. The Knicks are a better team than the Nets. The Nets to give up those 2 for him, that's not going to put them at a different level. Like I think the Siakam trade for Indiana doesn't put them at a different level. And
right.
I don't think it makes sense. Plus, Murray then has a contract that's kicking next year, and I don't know the Nets ownership how much money they have, but that also might be an issue for them.
And I watched some of the. We were at a sushi bar last night in Delray Beach, and they had on the Raptors game. He's not shooting well. RJ was like 6 for 17 last night. Quickly, they're not really. They're putting up the same kind of numbers they were putting up with the Knicks. Nothing spectacular.
RJ's been more efficient. He's also been slashing, getting to the hoop. He's getting to the hoop better. A little more efficient at the hoop. It's a better fit from there. This offense is not for everyone. I mean, it really isn't for everyone, and it seemed, I think part of it is RJ is more comfortable at home, something you talked about. Going back to Toronto, I think he's more comfortable at home, and he doesn't have the pressure of being in New York. So, but, we'll see how he does there. They're coming to the Garden Saturday, so it's going to be interesting. Hopefully he can perform better.
Bumbles is going on Saturday to the game. What was I going to say to you? I just, so I was watching some of that. Oh, did you see this? Did you see this on Reddit? The Detroit Pistons fans? Did you see this? Did you hear this? So they're 4-37.
I heard something about. I heard something about. I didn't actually check it out. I mentioned they were arguing over something.
No. So they said, okay, we're 4-37. Wiseman sucks. So let him go in, start punching and beating the shit out of other team's best player. Let's say a couple seconds. He gets his bird. What's the worst that can happen? So they kick him out of the game. He goes, maybe he could, Luka, maybe break someone's arm or leg. Try,
That's right.
And I was like, wow, so I guess that's the new way to win. If we're not going to win, let's take out the best player for the season. I was like,
how many times would that take place before? I mean, like, what?
Right, exactly.
Check this out. How much is getting a better coach and a better GM?
Yeah, but they paid him a fortune. What's his name? Who did they bring in from Phoenix? Monty Williams. Yeah, they paid him. He's going to make like $80 million. Is it his fault? Now he wasn't. I kept reading that he wasn't playing Ivy, and Ivy the last 2 games has been lighting it up. So just play the young guys. Let's see what you have there. And they did trade a couple guys. They did get rid of some. They got rid of some Olga, and I think they brought an expiring contract. So they're all looking to off season to get a. But I don't know who's the big free 2024 free agent.
There's no one really big. I know Pascal Siakam is the big name. Yeah, and
I don't want him.
Yeah, he's not the guy. He's not your 1A guy.
All right, so I'm looking right now.
Brunson to me is a 1A. I think he's proven that guy is a 1A.
Okay, so this Buddy Hield, DeMar DeRozan, Gordon Hayward, who hasn't done shit, Klay Thompson on two bad wheels. Harden, no fucking way. Claxton is kind of an interesting guy. Claxton is young and has a big upside. But you already have. But if you lose Hardenstein, I'd go after Claxton. What do you think about Claxton on the Knicks?
All right, I'd rather keep Hartenstein.
More than Claxton. Because Claxton's gotten better at scoring. I mean, he's really an inside guy, but he's a double. Yeah, Hardenstein's been very good for them. I'm just saying.
I think Hartenstein also fits the Knicks team well. He doesn't need he's not a guy who's going to want the ball a lot, which is, with Brunson and Randall, a center that's really, what they need is another creator. They need another guard that can create off the dribble and get to the hoop. That doesn't mind being the main guy on a bench.
Okay.
With the bench squad. I mean, he can start, but he's going to, a big part of him is going to be a bench guy or a wing.
It's not you, dude. My internet's going crazy. Yeah, but and Kevin's saying we don't want no scrub net players. And Josh, I'm going to say hi. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, and it's funny. Yeah, your face got all froze up, dude. I'm gonna do next time in the bedroom. I'm doing next time in the bedroom, dude.
All right.
No, I kind of lost it.
I hear you now.
You could hear me? Could you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right.
I can hear you.
I couldn't. You got all like chopped up because I was trying to stay out of the house because But I'll do tomorrow on the next time in the house. But no, but I hear what you're saying. You want a guy that doesn't need the ball like all the time. Now, Rob.
Not all the time. It was okay as far as the center. Yes, that's what I want. Defense, rebounding. He's got to have a shot. Like Hartenstein's got a little shot from around the paint. He's not. I mean, theoretically, yes, of course. I'd love a dominant guy who can. But the Knicks don't have the money for that. If we can get a Jokic in here, sure, take him.
Okay,
not even a Jokic, but a type of guy I would love is like a Robin Lopez. Shoot from the outside, great defense, but doesn't need the ball in his hand. But they can't afford, defensive player of the year type of guy, but they can't afford that. But Hartenstein does everything they want, can shoot well enough, can pass well enough, and if they're going to spend the money on someone, it needs to be a guy that is a third scorer type player. So they only have so much money. That's what they need to invest their money in, I believe.
And I saw at the end of the game, Brunson came off and he got some love from one of the guys from Vinny from Jersey Shore. I didn't know those two guys were friends. Who knew? Jersey Shore and Jalen Brunson. I think Hartenstein should be getting some endorsement deals. I think and Robin. Oh, so Josh says that Randall stinks. Robin Lopez stinks. Anything else, Josh? Yeah. So he's not a fan of.
Yeah, Robin Lopez. As far he won Defensive Player of the Year before. He was part of a key part of a championship-winning team. He's one of the better three-point shooters as far as a center. But yes, Lopez stinks. He's. Okay, I mean.
But Brooks, you said Brooks, not Robin. That's right.
Yeah, the center from Milwaukee. I'm sorry. The center from Milwaukee. Did I get the first names confused?
I think
twins.
they're twins.
Robin.
It's all good here, dude. His brother.
Yeah. So
Robin.
The Milwaukee center Lopez is the one I'm speaking of.
No, but Robin is on the. Wait, are they both on? I thought Brooks was on the. It says Robin is on. I didn't know. Wait. Back up here.
They were teammates for a short time together, but I was confused which one's on Milwaukee.
Yeah, It says here that Robin Lopez is on the Bucks, which I don't remember seeing both brothers on the same team. Yeah, so I know they
were for a little bit, but whichever one started at center, I guess it's Brooke. Kev says it's Brooke. Brooke Lopez. Brooke Lopez. It is Brooke. I'm sorry. It is Brooke. Brooke Lopez is the guy. I mean, theoretically, he would be great. He could shoot threes, play defense, rebound, doesn't need the ball. But the Knicks aren't getting him. He's not leaving Milwaukee. He'll retire before he's done there. He's older. Do you ever look at his NBA career? Remember how he started with the Nets?
Yes.
He was the inside. Score from the inside, rebound, no defense, and then halfway through his career, he transitioned from being to a three-pointer and Defensive Player of the Year winner. I mean, that is a complete, absolute shift in what you are as an NBA player. That's it. I find his career amazing, really.
Yeah, and Kev was saying that Robin played for. Yeah,
he did for a little bit. Yeah, that's right. That was the Phil Jackson era, I believe.
So I know you're a huge cricket fan. So I just wanted to tell you that New York is building its first of its kind pop-up cricket pitch, 34,000 seats. Grandstands from the Vegas Grand Prix will host World Cup matches, including India-Pakistan, which I actually in Jersey here, and when I was in Jersey coaching, they were playing cricket on Sundays, and the guys, listen, I was like, hey guys, you're running around, have a good time. And Sport Illustrated let go of their whole entire staff. I got 3 years left of my subscription to Sport Illustrated. I just got fucked. I just got fucked by Sport Illustrated.
And that was the
weekly.
Yeah, man, I couldn't wait. I used to love reading that magazine. I had it when I was a kid.
Oh,
yeah.
It's once a month now. I think it's monthly.
Yeah, it's once a month. Yep. I got it for a little bit, and I got it because I was like, all right, it's not that much money. Let me support them. I want to support people, writers and stuff. And I got it. I was like, I tried to read some of it. I was like, man, these articles just aren't as good as they used to be. They're not as in depth. They don't, just the right. Yeah, just not as good.
No. Matt Carpenter's back in St. Louis. He sucked last year. He had a bad year last year. So spent 11 seasons. So
yeah, he's older. I mean, he had that one good year with the Yankees and
sucked.
He's older.
Yeah, he's over.
Yeah.
Sport Illustrated we talked about. Oh, I got plenty. I worked out today. That my friends got me a shirt, and JD realizes that he's been eating a little too many cookies and needs to cut back on the cookies because the shirts are a little too tight where they shouldn't be tight. So
you and me both, brother. You and me both.
JD got a little chunky monkey. So Derek Brown is going to the Pro Bowl to replace Aaron Donald. Derek Brown had 100 tackles as a defensive lineman, the first in like the last in over a decade. So I love when I hear stories like that. Like a guy who comes and kicks ass. So I saw that. What else did I had a lot of stuff. Michigan basketball sucks. They lost by 15. They're 7-11. They lost to Illinois. You don't care about that. Oh, so I saw this today. Most combined passing and rushing touchdowns over the last 5 years. Josh Allen, 202. Patrick Mahomes, 170. Nobody else higher than 151. Thank you, Ian Hartitz. Now, what do you think? Okay, so Sunday, who do you like? Chiefs at Bills.
Chiefs.
Yeah, I do too. And then the night game is the.
It's the night game.
Oh, is that the night game? Then what's the early game?
That's the 6:30 game. The early game is in the NFC is that Green Bay.
Oh, Green Bay at San Francisco.
Green Bay, I believe so, because is it? I forget which one is. I forget the order of the games. I know the Sunday night is the Kansas City.
I'm looking for you right. I'm right here for you. Okay, so the game tomorrow is Texans Ravens, Packers Niners is tomorrow night. Sunday early game is Bucks. Who do you like? Bucks Lions.
Lions.
Me too. And then I like the Chiefs. So Michigan did it.
Yeah.
So Michigan, we're flying out Monday, which I said thank you because I'd be all pissed if that didn't happen. Do you watch any tennis? Coco's in the 4th round.
She is good for her. Yeah, I mean, not really. I mean, if something's on, they may happen to watch it as a final. But I used to when I was a kid. Yeah, with Sampras and Agassi, but not so much anymore.
This is from this. I have stuff all over the place today. Sean Coleman about the Grizz. Zebo's 17 30-plus regular season games. And Triple J, what's J? What's that? Who's that? That's Triple J on Grizzlies. What's it? Jared? Is it what the hell's his name on the Grizz? I gotta look. He has the same as Zebo. Jared Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, dude, do not talk about Reacher. I did not see the last episode. Kev, there are no spoilers. I have not watched the last episode. I gotta watch the last episode. Do not tell me what happened.
I watched it.
Was it good? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
That was good. It was good.
Yeah, that's it. We're not talking about Reacher anymore. Do not talk about it. I will be very angry. I do not need spoilers.
Sure, I hate spoilers. I'm someone who will never ever do that to you. Don't worry about
Rob,
that.
I know, but Kev, I'm worried about Kev. Kev is Colin Sexton, last 20 games for Utah. 22, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 3-pointers a game. He's shooting 53, 43 from 3, 89 from the line. But I don't think they lost last night. And you heard their assistant coach, a Serbian guy. He dropped dead at a heart attack at a restaurant. And Bogdanovic.
Was that a Golden State coach?
Oh, but was he? I thought, was it the Golden State coach? Yes.
I thought it was the Golden State coach.
Yes.
Yeah, crazy. He was what, 43 years old?
43, 46, something like that. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm 43, man.
Dude, but you know what? I had a client I trained forever. And he was 40. He was in California, and he was training out there, and he goes, I got to go to the hospital. He was having a heart attack. His father died at 40. If they didn't get him to the hospital, I think it was genetic. How about Edmonton? 12 in a row, baby. They beat the Kraken. Yeah. And but I saw Connor McDavid only 16 goals this year, but he has like 50. McDavid has like 53 assists. But he's not. Listen, everybody said. What did James say last night on the chat? He goes, "Doesn't matter. They're not doing shit in the playoffs," which is true. I just don't think they're going to do anything in the playoffs.
I don't think they will, but you never know. Hockey is the sport of all sports where it's so unpredictable in the playoffs. Yeah,
he's got 16 goals, 43 assists, 59 points in 39 games, and yesterday, Maple Leafs. Who's their star? Austin Matthews, 35th, 36th, 37th goal. He has 54 points in 40-something games. I mean, McDavid, wow. he had a hat trick last night. I was like,
when I hear so he's on pace to have what you say probably around 100 points for the season.
Without he might go for 140. Yeah, he's having
140. Wow, that's all right. I mean, decent.
Dude, in only 40-something games, he's already at 54 points.
Yeah, I mean, 140 points is okay. Is okay. The reason why I say that is I'm sure you know Wayne Gretzky's point totals for seasons, right?
He had 92 goals in a season, and someone was saying,
and he had 212 points, 220 points. Like I say,
that's like midget.
It's insane.
It's like little kids playing.
Yeah, exactly. And in a time when obviously speed wasn't a thing back then, so he had that advantage. He was fast in his passing. I mean, the skill level is he was just so far above skill. But it's just, I mean, obviously Austin Matthews having a great season. I was joking around with that.
No, I know you are. No
one will touch Wayne Gretzky's numbers anywhere close.
Well, whatchamacall was close, but Ovechkin's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna play much longer. He was like 90 goals back or 80 goals, but he's flaming out. So it was the
amount of assists that Gretzky has
more than goals. Yeah, they said he'd be top 5 just with assists because he had so many goddamn assists.
Yeah, I think he had more assists than anyone else has.
Goals.
More than goals? Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
it's crazy. But yeah, Austin Matthews is doing really well.
He's having.
There's so much youth in hockey right now. Bedard is doing really well, and Austin's, and you said keep saying McTavish, McDavid, and yeah, I mean it's.
Yeah, well,
they're in good hands.
Gretzky only had 1,963 assists. I mean, come on. I mean, that's we do that in an afternoon. That's one day of hockey for me. Yeah, so that's.
I remember seeing him behind the net, and he intentionally he was behind the net with a puck and intentionally banked it off the side of the net to his player, and he shot in. I was like, that's like next level, like banking it off the side of the net, the rail that goes around it to get it out to his player was.
There's no one like him. There's no one like him. I totally agree. And so they tie the 1967-68 Canadiens for the longest win streak by a Canadian-based club. So I mean, I know these stats are sometimes ridiculous. I just thought that was kind of funny. And SGA for Oklahoma City, he's the first guard averaged 30+ points on 55% shooting. Chet Holmgren is awesome. Jalen Williams. OKC's going to be a team to worry. That's Sam Quinn. I agree. That's a team to worry about. It would
not shock me if they won the championship even this year. It would not shock me.
So, and Jalen Williams, last 15 games, 21, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, 73%. That's true shooting, which is like that means he's 31 to 51 on threes over the last 50. Now he's not taking a lot of threes. That means he'll only get better at taking threes. Brett Usher. I saw that from Brett Usher. I was like, God damn, that was pretty impressive. Oh, now you're gonna love this one. This one you're gonna love. I saw this on Threads, which is like I guess Instagram's trying to do Twitter, which is bullshit. Joe Mauer only struck out one time in high school. Once. So
what?
Once. So they have the Twins Hall of Fame, and the guy who brought the balls delivered for Mauer's kid to throw out was the guy who struck him out in high school. How funny is that? So the only guy who struck him out in high school brings out the balls, and he hugged him. And Mauer was supposed to go to FSU to play football. That's how he was that good an athlete. They said he could have played college football, but he wanted to play baseball. I was like, wow. Yeah, so.
Wow, yeah.
So now, okay. So now this is a team. Now this concerns you. You're a Giants fan. Ben Johnson. If they say if Ben Johnson likes Drake May, the Commanders or Jaden Daniels, they have a quarterback now. They got Terry. They got Dotson. They got the most cap space in the league, and they have picks at 2, 36, 40, 67, 96, 98. So imagine if they get the quarterback. All these draft picks. Now, Ben Johnson, I don't know how he's going to be as a head coach. But you know what? Washington could turn things around in a heartbeat in that division.
Yeah, they need to improve their offensive line. It's really bad. And the Giants do, too. I mean, we'll see.
Right, exactly.
But the offensive line's really bad in Washington. So
right.
if they get a quarterback, like you said, head coach, that's the leader of your team. That has to be good. And your offensive line has to be good. And at least be reasonable. And so, yeah, I mean, there's potential there. And obviously, Cowboys and Eagles are. Well, we know that the Cowboys will be in the playoffs. That I'm sure of.
They're going to go 15. They're going to go 16-1. They're going to have home field throughout the playoffs, and then the let's think of a team who's going to. Oh, next year the Saints are going to make the playoffs. They're going to go in. They're going to talk Dallas is the greatest team since sliced bread, and they're going to be down 35-0 in the first 4 minutes. And that's going to be like next year's the year. Next year's the year, guys. Next year's the year.
And you know what? Someone else brought up that I saw today. Someone brought up for this year there are a lot of good coaches out there. You never know what the situation is going to be as far as head coaches next year.
Right.
So if when Mike McCarthy does disappoint in the playoffs, which will happen.
Right.
Who knows what as far as experienced head coaches, what that's going to look like next year that's available for them. So now would be the year for them to strike, and Jerry Jones just.
Well, he likes, and he likes controlling people. Don't you think he loves controlling people? So that's a thing that he, that's what I think. Yeah. Now, Bill Polian was not a fan of Lamar Jackson. He thought Lamar Jackson should have been a wide receiver, and he wanted to be at the combine as a wide receiver. So I saw this from Bobby Trossett. Mike Freeman's a guy who I like. He goes, Jesus Christ, he's back. Bill Polian said on Jackson to stop him. You have to tell the rushers that they're not there to sack him. They're there to keep him in the pocket and make him throw the ball. which isn't 100. Listen.
I think the idea. I mean, I know when they talk about you got to stay in your rush lanes with him. You can't give him big gaps to get out. You have to stay disciplined as a pass rusher. You've seen that when it comes to running quarterbacks. I mean, that you have to do, but you still want to sack him.
But this is the thing too. If he's running around, he is going to find someone to get the ball to because you can't hold. And the problem with him is you don't get to him. Someone's eventually going to get open, and that's going to kill. And I just think the Texans hit their. That's what I feel like the Packers and the Texans. I feel like they won a playoff game. Great. Let's get on to next season. I mean, they're playing with house money. Where I think I'm not saying that Stroud's going to have a bad game, but that line can get. I mean, they destroyed the Niners. That was the worst game they played all season. They annihilated them, and I think that defensive line and Clowney to me, when he's interested in playing football, he is phenomenal. But that problem is he's not interested all the time. But when he's motivated to play, I still think he's probably one of the most gifted athletes out there. But it's his motivational factor, and I think the defense this year and OBJ has looked very good for them. When he's played, he's looked pretty goddamn good. That was a good pickup for them. I think that was a good little pickup for them.
He's always had great hands and he runs good routes, so it doesn't quite have the burst he has anymore. But he gets open enough because he runs good routes. But he'll catch it, throw it to him, and and they already have other good weapons. You have Lamar Jackson. That's a valuable thing in an offense. Have a guy will get open and catch the ball. Absolutely. BJ never really had problems dropping the ball.
Did you see the article about the photo bomb, the photo on the boat? It was I was going to send it to you. I forgot to send it to you. So basically, he said that was taken out of context. It was taken at the end of the night. Someone posted the picture, and he said he wanted it to be about he wanted the guys to get away New Year's Eve, blow off some steam, and that he wished it was more about the game than about the stupid picture. And he regretted that.
Oh, of course, yeah. But I mean, what did he expect it to be? Like you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Man, like we talked about the other day with quarterbacks. Like Peyton Manning is using all of his time to prepare, right?
Right.
And you got your first playoff game coming. And if you're going away for a trip on the boat, you're not getting on the boat and walking off it in 5 minutes. You're going to be on there for a good amount of time.
Right.
Use that time to prepare. Like, that is time. It's got to be all, hours they were out there, and like then you got to travel from there. Like, no, get to Green Bay right away and start preparing. Well, if the team is traveling a few days, get your receivers together and be in a room studying tape of the defensive backs and the defensive schemes and what they're going to do, and studying what your offensive coordinator's game plan is going into that game, and all that stuff. Not being out on a boat and enjoying yourself because you just won the NFC East. Yay!
Right, you won the NFC East. Yay! Good for you, you idiots.
Good for you. We can celebrate for a day instead of preparing for the Green Bay Packers, who then came and whooped their asses. Yeah. And OBJ was not, dropped the pass and dropped the touchdown pass in that game. Yeah.
But so another quarterback I saw this Arizona transfer quarterback Demon Williams, an All-American Bowl selection, Elite 11 finalist, is going to fit. Like, all these kids are like, they were the high school All-Americans. But it says something that they go to a school and they realize that, now I got to compete against the best of the best. And I'm like seventh. I'm the seventh. I'm the seventh string quarterback now. It's kind of interesting. They go to a school and I'd rather play. I don't think I need to go to Alabama to prove something that I got to play for Saban. I'd rather play than sit behind, if that's not the thing. So I don't know.
If you're good enough, you'll get noticed. I mean, did Josh Allen get noticed?
Wyoming was the only school that offered him a scholarship. Only school. Yeah.
And did he get noticed by the NFL?
I would say he did all right. 7th pick of the draft. I'd say he do all right. Jordan Hawkins, remember from UConn, won championship. He's only shooting 51 from 3. Last 70. So all these young guys are coming together. So I guess we're going to see. Now I follow these guys NFL draft. There's a kid at offensive tackle Oklahoma, Tyler Guyton. The dude is 6'7", 327. 6'7", 327. He's going to the Senior Bowl.
Tackle. He's got to be a tackle, right?
Yeah,
that's large for anyone guard. That's going to be hard for his tackle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's he play?
He just finished up at Oklahoma.
All right. Sizes and everything. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see. But the Senior Bowl, usually you see the guys going against the best of the best, and some guys stick out. Listen, every team needs offensive linemen. If the guy looks like he has a pulse and he looks like he can block, you'll take a shot on him.
Yeah.
And Giants, Jets, every goddamn team needs offensive linemen. Their quarterbacks are getting killed. You can't have your guys getting killed. You just can't. And Jones coming back off an injury. I know, and he's not really. What do they say usually, Rob? That it's not the year; it's the year after when you're 100%. You come back.
But Jones is a runner, but he's not really doing a lot of cutting. For mostly what he needs to do as a quarterback, he should be able to perform what he does.
You got a point. I like the way you think.
Saquon Barkley was out there a year after his, and he just didn't have that burst. He didn't have that quick movement, but he was able to run and everything. So we're not counting on Daniel Jones to have quick bursts. He's got to drop back in the pocket and throw the ball. Who knows if he'll stay healthy and if he does that part well enough anyway. But as far as health goes, I think he'll be fine to perform. If he's going to perform well, or if he performs bad, it isn't going to be because of the knee. I don't think it's going to be because offensive line, and he just may not have it.
Right. Okay. So next year for the Knicks, I follow this Ball Don't Stop on Twitter. A.J. Johnson, 5-star recruit, decided I don't want to go to college. He's playing in Australia for the Illawarra Hawks, coached by Jason Tatum's dad. He has NBA tools, 6'7", lanky frame, athletic, gets downhill, and great passer, shot maker. Maybe a guy off the bench. Maybe a guy to think about next year for the draft. I just saw it. I thought of you. I thought of my man. I thought about Rob. If that was
young guys, Tibbs doesn't love those young guys. So we'll see.
No, you're right.
I'm growing a little bit more. I don't know who they replace him with, but I'm growing a little more unhappy with Tibbs.
Well, okay. Let's get through the season. Let's see where they are. I like a second round series going 7 where they have a shot and Brunson could put up 60 in the final, and let Randall has averages 30 in the playoffs, and then you'll be happy. A 27, Randall 25 in the playoffs, and then that's the thing. If he averages 20 between 20 and 25, you got a shot. You got a shot in the playoffs.
Yeah, they'd have a shot, because they're going to be good defensively, especially if Mitchell Robinson comes back, and God, I hope that if he does, that he doesn't start. So, A, he'll be coming off a broken bone, and 2, I think Hartenstein is better for the offensive team. If he comes back, that'll give them quality backup center, and then they absolutely need more bench. Every NBA team does give the starters more minutes in the playoffs, because especially these days you have a lot of days off between games, so you can do that. And that was always the thing anyway. Starters play more minutes, but especially now with the days off. So the Knicks, that'll hurt the Knicks a little bit less, but they still need some bench scoring. I'm guessing one way or another, they'll address that, whether it's a big move or just somebody who can give them enough minutes off the bench to not make it such a fall off. Whether it's a huge move or not, I think they'll address it somewhat. But yeah, you're right. Second round, 7 games, 6 games, all close against Milwaukee or Boston. If they lose that, I'm like, okay, they've done well. You know, they're not better than those two teams. So.
All right, and this combine staying in Indy. I love watching the combine. I can watch the combine every goddamn day. I love watching it.
Really? I can't.
Oh, there's something about, well, it's more about the talking. Like, you watch the guy run a 40. I'm like, I just think it's hilarious that a guy's throwing passes with shorts on and no rush. I'm like, so.
That's the thing. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Like, game tape. I don't care what a guy does in his shorts.
Exactly. You see, that's the thing. Game tape, baby. Game tape. And the whole Rooney Rule with the you have to minority candidates. David Shaw hasn't coached in years, so the Chargers bring him in. They got to bring in all these black coaches. I don't think half these black coaches got a shot in hell. And I know they say, oh, it's the experience, but it's always white coaches. I'm sorry. There's a couple black coaches smattered here and there, but why is it always white coaches? I'm sorry. I don't think they're all the most brilliant minds in football. I don't.
And absolutely. I mean, look at D'Amico Ryans.
Yeah.
Tomlin. I mean, D'Amico Ryans, and I guess that's the idea that he came in and just blew them away. But
right, he never even been a coordinator. I don't think even Tomlin had been a coordinator before he got the head coaching job. And he is the baddest. When Tomlin walks in the field, I'm like, if someone comes up to him, he's popping him. Like if anybody tries to like AB like Antonio Brown. I mean, he just had enough. Yeah, and I agree with you. I don't like the Siakam trade. So Bruce Brown, Jordan Nwora, and 3 first-round picks for the Raptors. I like it for the Raptors. I don't like it for the Pacers. I just don't think.
Yeah, I don't get. My thing is he's a free agent at the end of the year, and so unless you're willing to pay him top dollar and bring him back, if you're the Pacers GM, do you really look at your team with now Pascal Siakam and think, okay, yeah, we're definitely right up there with Boston? Right. So then if the answer is no, then you're saying, okay, we gave up 3 future first-round picks for a guy that has a decent chance of walking, and then if you re-sign him, are you going to then have more money and flexibility to then add other people? Because you're not at Boston's level. I still don't think they're even at Cleveland's level or the Knicks or Philly's level.
No, I agree.
I understand they have they have really good players. Halliburton's a really good point guard, but their system, to just try to outscore everyone just never works in the NBA. It just never does. You got to play defense.
Okay, so Yariel Rodriguez, who didn't even play last year, he played over in Japan. They wouldn't let him out of his contract, so he didn't even pitch last year. The Blue Jays gave him a 4-year deal. I don't know any. I got to be honest with you. Now he was their top pitcher for Cuba in the 2023 World Baseball Classic, but I would think a year not playing is not good. It's not a pitcher I'm excited to get. Maybe he still has upside, but I don't know enough about him to be like excited about him as a signing. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, pitchers, especially with Tommy John, pitchers miss a lot of time.
They do. That's a good point.
Injuries,
Good point.
So I guess maybe that's a way to look at it. Like it happens quite often. So I don't know anything. I
like
know
that
much about him either.
And did you, Josh Hader? The Astros are going to make a push for him. I heard. So we're going to see if that happens. Yeah.
I saw an Athletic that linked Hader to the Yankees.
Hader to the. Really? I did not see that.
It was athletic. It was an athletic article. I believe it was an athletic article about just where the rest of the big name free agents would land, of who's left.
Okay. I loved yesterday. Everybody was talking about old school, like Leland smoking a cigarette in the dugout and everything. I thought that was pretty funny. I think that was Tommy was talking about that. Yeah. So I don't. Oh, they're saying that Van Vliet and Şengün, I always say his name wrong. They're the best passing duos in the NBA right now. Even better than Halliburton and Turner, Maxey and Embiid. They're 3.4 assists a game between those two guys. That's a good little, I don't know. This is
how many assists per game?
Well, between the two of them, 3.4 assists per game, just between the two of them. That doesn't.
As point guards? 3.4?
No. Van Vliet from a point guard to a forward.
To a specific player.
Yeah, specific. Yeah. Yeah.
A combo, as far okay, kind of like a Malone Stockton type thing. Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, so they want the government to get involved with NIL. So Represent Lori Trahan. This is from Steve Berkowitz. She's a Democrat from Massachusetts.
What?
Yeah. Listen to this. She asked UCLA quarterback Chase Griffin what athletes trust to the least regarding regulation of NIL. He goes, Congress. So that was one thing. That's not even what cracked me up. This is from Ross Dellinger. Tim Wahlberg, a Republican from Michigan, is questioning NCAA President Charlie Baker on why so many NCAA colleges are accepting international athletes who are potentially taking roster spots from American athletes. I was like, wow. Got to keep it in America.
What does that matter? It's the college's choice.
Yeah. But
obviously, if they're coming to an American college, the people aren't coming here illegally. So if they're here
No,
on a visa,
exactly.
or just as a citizen, what's the problem?
Yeah, what's the problem? I thought it was pretty funny.
And it's not like there's one college to play at. I mean, like there are hundreds of colleges you can play at.
Yeah.
And that's just Division One. Not even talking Division 2 or 3. I mean,
we need more Americans.
There are plenty of other colleges you can make it at.
And we need a shittier American player playing when there's an international kid over there who's going to win us the championship. You think anybody gives a shit? If you can bring in a guy, that's like saying in the NFL, we only want American football players. There's a kid in Germany who can block a bull. I want him on my line or defensive line. Giants win a Super Bowl.
You told me if somebody had a chance at, okay, look at Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Tell me what NBA team, what NBA fan would not
sell their soul.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly. To get him on their team.
Exactly. See, that's why I love you, Rob.
And tell me Milton wanted to drive out and pick up the next great college quarterback and drive him to Michigan right now. He said, "Oh yeah, I'm from France," and the guy could throw like if the guy looked like the next
Brady Brady.
Great college quarterback. The guy from Clemson who's now Cleveland.
Lawrence. Deshaun Watson.
Watson did off the court. I'm just talking about as far as like
college.
How well
he
performed for Clemson. If he's going to have a potentially Deshaun Watson type career from as he did with Clemson in Michigan, he want to go pick him up and drive him there right now.
Yeah, Josh is saying
first flight out from France.
Right. Yeah. Well, we were talking yesterday with Aaron and Josh. Josh also says it's terrible. Like if Tomlin was available, or what Aaron was saying somebody yesterday, if they were available, he goes, I would drive, pick them up, and bring them to New Jersey. I'll come get you.
Talking about Murray with that picks.
With those picks. He goes, I'll pick up Murray. Aaron goes, I'll pick him up, drive him right to New York. No, just stay there. I got you. I thought that was hilarious.
Why would Congress get involved? Like that's so stupid.
And they can't even handle their own shit. So what's the point? I mean,
you can't get anything done. So,
they don't get anything. And Eric Spoelstra says 24-17. Buckle up. We ain't hiding from anybody. I think. I'm not. I think. Now, also, this is interesting. And Aaron just showed up. So this guy Samty posted that Prime, Deion Sanders saying recruits are telling him that other teams are downing Coach Prime to try to lift themselves up. I can see that. They probably say shit about Saban. They say something about everybody. Oh, this guy,
So JD, you're a recruit, and I come in your thing, and you bring up Prime. Am I going to sit here and say, well,
greatest coach,
Sanders, he's a great guy, he's a great coach, he's guaranteed to get you to the NFL and probably win a championship next year, and he'll be a best friend for you for the rest of your life and someone you can look up to. So you know what? You should not go to him, and you should come to me instead. Like, what? Of course you're going to talk him down. Like, what?
Yeah, bullshit. Yeah. See, I got y'all riled up. The veins are popping out of your arm. You're crazy today. You're all riled up. He's all right. It's the dumbest shit. Right. I read this stuff and I think, I always think, I'm like, if Rob's going to come on and say, what the fuck? What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people?
I'm going to sit here and say Prime was 4-8, right?
4-8.
4-8. The guy took all the attention off himself. He threw players under the bus. He's never won anything. The guy wants to be the star. Where me, I'm from Texas. You're going to be on TV all the time. I put X amount of guys. Of course, I'm going to put him down.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, Josh.
Build up my competition. Sure.
Josh loves it. Josh loves us all riled up. He loves when we get riled up. Okay, so now here's another thing that's going to piss you off. Why is Dennis Allen still coaching the Saints? Why is Dennis? Josh, Rob, he is on fire. Why is Dennis Allen still the coach of the goddamn Saints? I'm sorry. I thought they did not play.
Your answer is as good as mine. I don't know. How many years has he been there now? 3?
Yeah, right. 3. Yeah, I'm trying.
And that team is some what?
Nothing.
And their defense is pretty good. They have some offensive talent. I mean, they got some guys hurt and stuff, but that's the NFL. Everyone gets hurt. But I mean, they also brought in Derek Carr. Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him. I don't think I've ever. Okay, so I'm looking up right now. Okay, so he's been the coach. Oh wait, this is only 2 years. 7-10 and 9-8.
Yeah.
I mean, that's nothing. I mean, you know,
Okay.
I would have got rid of him. I'm not a fan.
I mean, but that record inside that division, though, this year that division is horrible. Last year, I get it, Tampa Bay's in there, but they played Tampa well, so everyone else sucked, and they still, and this year especially, like, you don't win the division this year, and you're a coach in that division, I gotta wonder what you're doing.
And Aaron,
there's only one of them, but you know.
I think I agree with Aaron that said Dennis Allen was neutered after that Winston audible to run up the score. I don't even think it was run up the score. Jamal Williams hadn't scored the whole season, and I think the team wanted to get him in, and they don't.
The team wanted to get him one.
They do not, and the Saints.
You know what the dynamic within the team is. Like, you know, they might have been. He may be the best guy in the world. So, like, you know what?
Right.
We'll give it to him, and we'll deal with the fallout for it. We'll tell everyone it was our choice, which they did, and it wasn't the coach. They might have gone up to the coach afterwards. Hey, coach, we understand you wanted us to do this, and we get it, but you know, we really wanted this for him, and agree with it or not, you can at least understand it at that point.
But the thing is, too, it was Dennis Allen. If it was Belichick, Parcells, I'm thinking, who else would I think? Sean Payton would have fucking killed him. I think Sean Payton would have killed him. I don't think that's what I kind of agree. Allen, and I think we've said this year about what happened with the Mike White shirts with the Jets. Yeah, that he kind of should have. You know, you can't have that among the team that they want the quarterback who's not playing. It's not a good look. It's not a good look for the team. Yeah.
Yep.
And what do you think about Belichick? You like Belichick on the Falcons?
Oh yeah. And the Falcons, I think it's a perfect situation for him. Bad division. Gets the defense has already got some players. Gets them in there. If he gets a good offensive coordinator and they get themselves a quarterback, they already have so much talent in offense. I think that's a great place for him to go. Yeah. Yeah. And I think with all the talk about how he isn't good anymore and stuff, I think he's motivated.
Yeah, and just got to get a quarterback. And like we said, either were you saying about you like Kirk Cousins better for him because he's more of a not a turnover?
Russell Wilson is the guy I'd go at if I were them.
Okay, I think Josh was saying he likes Kirk Cousins better because he feels he does. I think Kirk Cousins is a shitty playoff quarterback. I just think when you get to the playoffs, he doesn't do shit.
And I think especially the style that Belichick would win with, if they won this way a lot. And this is something that Josh put in. He said, he was talking about Brady and Belichick, how Brady won. If you look at all those playoffs runs, especially against Indianapolis, it wasn't a score fest against Indianapolis in the playoffs a lot with New England. It was defensive. The defense was holding Indianapolis, and New England scored enough to win the game. And there was a couple Super Bowls where the offense was the star, but there were definitely a number. It was about 50-50 with offense being the better in the unit in the Super Bowl with New England and Brady and Belichick, and there was half of those games with the defense carrying them in those Super Bowls. So I think if you get a quarterback in there that's not going to turn the ball over, that's going to get you enough. Belichick's defense are always good. If he's got some good, even without a lot of great defensive players, he always has a good defense. Even the last few years, it's been good. I think he'll want a quarterback in the postseason that's not going to turn it over, that'll make a play here or there, and the defense will keep it close enough to where they can win the game.
But he has the talent on offense, man. I mean, Bijan Robinson is.
Don't turn it over.
Bijan Robinson is going to be a superstar. I mean, I think.
And remember I know he's never been the offensive coordinator, and I know this is a long time ago. But remember when Corey Dillon was the running back?
Yes.
That offense was good. And he ran him into the ground.
He did. He ran for like 1,700 yards. Yeah. So that's a thing.
Yeah. And I think that was the best version of that team. And I think he'll do the same thing with Bijan. Hand it off to him a ton. You got someone like Russell Wilson not make mistakes, or a quarterback that won't make mistakes. Let the defense. The guy can coach defense till the day he dies and be good, I believe. So
I agree. Yeah, so I'm kind of curious what's going to happen on that front. Yeah. So I was, I saw that. I thought of you. I was like, all right. Yeah, because I mean,
what came up in my feed yesterday? My Facebook, on Facebook came up with my feed. It was a meme of, remember the whole inflated balls thing with
Right,
New England?
right,
and all that?
right.
It was a meme watching Belichick walk, and it said, "Go ahead and test how big my balls are," something like that. It was.
I think that's true.
I think Belichick, is motivated to do well, to show everyone that, hey, I know how to coach.
Yeah. So the Falcons are picking top. What are the Falcons?
8th. They're picking 8th.
Oh, they're 8th. Yeah. So Aaron's asking.
I believe it's 8th or not, but I believe it's 8th.
Well, I guess it depends who. So does he take a quarterback with the 8th pick?
Or does he want a veteran? It depends what he would want, or who the GM is. He's not getting hired as the GM. They have a GM.
Right.
So do they trade up and get a number one? Does he want to work with a veteran or a young quarterback? I mean, they say you can't develop him, but
and who's he?
you kind of wonder who he's bringing as the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, is it going to be?
I would have thought that his offensive coordinator was going to be
McDaniels.
What's his name? The guy who just went to Ohio State.
Oh, O'Brien. Yeah. So O'Brien's going to.
Because it's always been his guy. No, not O'Brien.
McDaniels too. Bill O'Brien's going to Ohio State.
Well, it's not McDaniels. Oh, wait, was O'Brien that? I was constantly thinking McDaniels. Maybe O'Brien McDaniels.
Yeah, I think McDaniels is an offensive coordinator. I think that's where he's going to have to stay. I just think he's not he's not a head coach. I think he's going to have to get back.
He's a good offensive coordinator from what we've seen. I mean, he's always had Brady, so
he's always
had.
But I can see him taking a quarterback if even 8. Someone's going to drop. Some quarterback's going to drop. I don't know. I mean, I guess they're saying the top 3 are May, Williams, and Daniels. Those are the top 3. So I guess we're going to see what happens at that front. So
I would. So Aaron says I would think a quarterback at some point. Maybe not first round, but still. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, Josh. He was the GM and coach, but he's not the GM in Atlanta.
Wait. Are we going to see a second, third round quarterback from Michigan go under Brady, and then maybe the quarterback gets hurt and he comes in late, comes in and then leads them to win a Super Bowl and turns out to be the greatest quarterback in history? So McCarthy ends up in Atlanta?
I'm curious. No. But maybe. Listen, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I mean,
come full circle. A Michigan quarterback ends up with Belichick.
Yeah, and then he wins.
And wins him Super Bowls.
It could. Yeah. Listen, I mean, I know Josh is not thought it was more Brady than Belichick, but I mean, I think they needed each other. They needed each other.
Yeah, Brady. So the Super Bowl against the Rams, 13-9.
Yeah.
I mean. And that Rams offense was really good. The 24-17 victory against the Eagles, that defense held them to 17 points. The Giants Super Bowl, the offense didn't do a ton there, did he? That was the only reason that game was close. I mean, the defense held the Giants. Not the Giants were a great offense, but it was what?
17-14.
And even the second Giants Super Bowl, the Giants had a good offense that year. It was their defense.
21-17, yeah.
Good for the Giants.
Right.
And the offense for the Giants didn't score a ton of points, but the defense did it. So, the first Super Bowl against the Rams. I mean, that wasn't an offensive out. That was a defense. That was the greatest show on turf. That was the offense of all offenses at that time, and they shut them down. And in the playoff games against the Colts all those years. Peyton Manning's offense got shut down every time, pretty much, by Bill Belichick's defense. So
always, yeah. Because
it was both of them. They needed each other.
And Harrison was always that great wide receiver who didn't do shit in the play. They always shut him down. He had great regular seasons, and he'd do nothing in the playoff games against the. Yeah.
Well, that's because he doubled them constantly.
And he was not a big guy to begin with, so you just got to knock him around a little bit. That shuts him out. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. So, no, I hear you. Yeah. And I saw Brian Flores. People were saying, guy Quince Avery goes, I'm surprised he didn't get any head coaching interviews. I thought he did.
I thought he did get a head coaching interview.
Maybe one, but not more. I guess they're saying more. I guess he got like one. But yeah, so. And Jets defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich is going to be a head coach in the Senior Bowl with Titans defensive line coach Terrell Williams. I like watching the Senior Bowl.
How long before he's a head coach with how good he does with that unit?
Yeah, they say he's up there. They said he's up there. Kind of, yeah. They said that he's a guy to watch in the next couple of years. So I guess we're going to see. And McCarthy to the fan base of the Cowboys, we've established a championship program. I know how to win, and we will get over that threshold. He said the fans should be frustrated. Now, the only thing is, Rob, is that he didn't win his championship in Green Bay until his 5th year. He's going to his 5th year with the Cowboys. I don't think it's happening. But, hey, I mean, we'll see.
Okay, I got a comparison for you.
Yeah?
If this weekend Baltimore loses,
Yes.
Harbaugh, how is he giving them McCarthy at that point?
How? Oh, and he's been there forever. One Super Bowl, right?
He's won one Super Bowl.
Yeah, and he's been. I don't think he's been back. I'm trying to think. Has he been back to even to a championship game without that? Every year they've been good,
I don't think
but
so.
I don't think so either. Lamar Jackson's won
I
one.
think he went to a couple. He might have gone to a couple championship games.
Let me. So wait, we're looking up John Harbaugh. Okay, I'm gonna look up John Harbaugh.
Yeah, I think he went to a couple again. I think he might have gone to like a couple of altogether, including the one he won. But he's only won the one championship.
Okay, I'm looking him up right. Okay, so let's look. Okay, so he is career coaching record is Super Bowl champs. I'm looking up playoff record is 11-9 in the playoffs, dude. Since that Super Bowl win, he's played. They've gone past the first round twice. He has not been back to an AFC Championship game since.
So if he loses this weekend, is he any different than McCarthy?
He's 11-10 as a head coach, as a playoff coach. No,
I think McCarthy is like 13-12 or something like that.
14. McCarthy's like 14-13, I
In the
think.
playoffs.
I'm looking up it right now.
So they're pretty similar records.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you, dude. I mean, I love him as a coach. I just don't think he's done a ton. Yeah. So McCarthy is. No. Okay. I'm sorry, Rob. Rob, I'm sorry. McCarthy is 11-11 in the playoffs. 11-11. Yeah.
11-11.
Yeah. So, and I said, what I say? He's 11-9. Yeah, he's 11-9 going into the playoff game.
So 2 more losses, but that's not that big of a difference. If we won one championship,
Yeah.
to have the best team.
Yeah, and I think he had a number
Well,
one.
Aaron, I get that. But okay, Aaron says I take Harbaugh over McCarthy 10 times out of 10. But why, Aaron? What makes you take him so much more? They both are good regular season head coaches. Clearly,
Right.
They both get their teams to playoffs constantly. What McCarthy loses in the playoffs against teams he shouldn't, and Baltimore's been in that road too. So what?
No, I hear you.
I'm saying if they lose this weekend, because Baltimore's clearly the favorite. I mean, Baltimore is a better team than Dallas was this year. Without a question, I don't think anyone's going to argue that.
No, nobody's gonna disagree.
So if you're to lose to the Texans, I don't think they will. But God forbid he lose to the Texans of all teams. They're a way more talented team than the Texans, with a rookie quarterback and a rookie head coach.
Yeah, I agree with. I don't disagree with you. I mean,
And I'm not saying Harbaugh isn't better, but like if we're gonna look at McCarthy and say McCarthy should be gone because of it, why not say the same thing about Harbaugh? What makes Harbaugh, not? What makes it so we can't question him at this point?
yeah, I don't disagree with you, dude. I do not disagree. You don't hear about Harbaugh getting out coached. Yeah. I mean, he usually
If he
plays.
were to lose this weekend,
yes, that's the difference with him.
if he were to lose to Texans this weekend, he would obviously have gotten out coached. Clearly, because the Texans are not nearly on the same level as Baltimore as far as talent on offense and defense. Now, of course, like I said, it is dependent on this weekend, but if it happens, But at what point do we start? And same thing with what I could say about people question Tomlin. The one thing you could say about Tomlin is Tomlin hasn't had the quarterback once Ben Roethlisberger was gone.
Right.
Where you've had the quarterback with Lamar Jackson. Okay, you get that, Aaron. You say that, but I mean, we've seen it. We have seen it. We have seen teams pull up upsets that you just.
I'll be honest with you. It's Aaron. It's not a lock to me. It's because C.J. Stroud is playing with house money. These young guys coming in are fearless. They've played big games. This isn't like the lights are too big for them. And he looked phenomenal. And I'm not saying the Browns' defense was pretty goddamn good this year. I mean, really good this year. And he lit them up without his number one wide receiver. And I'll tell you, he comes out there, starts zinging the ball around a little bit, gets a little time. It's not a lock. To me, it's not a lock. It's not a lock. I don't think.
You know college football way better than I do. I heard that Stroud did really well in Ohio State in big games. Like, he didn't win, but he played really well against Alabama.
And they played Georgia. There was a hit to the head of Harrison that he lost it because his goddamn kicker missed a field goal. They should have beat Georgia. They were the better team than Georgia last year.
So you look at that, and he performed well in big games. He performed well to get Houston in big games to the playoffs. And last week he performed really well.
And D'Amico Ryan's going to have.
Stroud is a guy who plays well in big games. What if he comes out and just has a monster game?
Yeah, he could. And then that's the problem where I agree with you. Is it time for Harbaugh to move on? Is it time for some new? And then that's interesting. What if Jim comes in and replaces his brother with the Ravens?
I don't think the owner would do that.
I don't think he would either. That'd be a big fuck you. But imagine that he's like, you know what? They need new blood. We're going to bring your brother in. And I was like, holy shit. But I'll tell you,
imagine?
But if they lose the game, I think Harbaugh could be out. I really do. I think Harbaugh.
Now, could you imagine they lose this weekend? Bill, was that a spot that Belichick then considers?
Because he's got a
defense, a running quarterback. With that defense being as talented
without a doubt, and they could play cold weather football without a doubt, and they could dominate. But the problem is,
the division's good.
Division's good. That division's real.
Yeah.
That division's.
But who else? Maybe Pete Carroll jumps at a chance like that.
I would jump at it.
He's the defensive guy.
I'll tell you, I would love to have, and I'm not going to blame Lamar Jackson. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I could see them losing that game, and if they lose, I could see Harbaugh being gone. I really could. He's been there for a long time. If they lose the playoff game, I think people are going to be really pissed off. People are expecting them to go to the Super Bowl this year. People are expecting that.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, and Aaron, everybody would want that job.
Yeah, that is a place that.
Yeah.
I don't think it would open up either. I think they would give him the benefit of the doubt this year, give him one more run. If they get rid of him, if they lose. And then next year he loses again in like the first round or something, or doesn't make the Super Bowl, then I could see them moving on. But yeah, I was just wanted to bring up because I saw someone else kind of compare them as far as McCarthy and Harbaugh and said, how are they different? I said, well, I mean, yeah, I look at Harbaugh as a better coach too, but if you look at the results, it isn't much different with them.
No, I agree.
And McCarthy and everyone holds who's the coach of the Denver Broncos?
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton. Everyone. If you look at the careers, McCarthy and Payton are about the same career.
Only one. I talked about it. They were talking about the coaches. Belichick. Yeah. All the guys. He had Breeze. They won one championship. McCarthy had Rodgers, one championship. I mean, it's not like anybody. Payton won one with two different coaches. Eli won two with Coughlin. Coughlin looked as good as any of them, if not better. He won two championships with Eli Manning. I mean, Breeze was there forever. Harbaugh has been there forever. He's got one championship. McCarthy's got one with Aaron Rodgers. Tomlin only has did Tomlin have one or two? One, right? But he went to two. And they should have lost. The Cardinals were the better team. Cardinals should have beat them in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, Sean Payton. I believe Sean Payton's over. You want to know something interesting stat? I don't know if I brought this up to you before. Do you know no coach has ever won a Super Bowl with two different teams?
No, wait. I thought that happened. Wait. I thought it just happened. Are you positive? Wait, let me think. I'm trying to. No, coaches have gone. You're right. No one's won with two. I'm trying to think because
so you bring in a coach like Belichick and someone else. You got to think because once again, it's an organization. Winning a Super Bowl is an organizational thing. It's not just a coach.
Coaches have gone with two different teams, but one. You're right. Coach win Super Bowl.
Never won.
Really? I thought that happened. Win Super Bowl.
My buddy Steve talks about it all the time. He's been talking about it for years.
Nope, you are right. Okay, so right. Shula, Parcells, Vermeil, Holmgren, Andy Reid won and lost, and Dan Reeves lost Super Bowls with two teams, which is kind of crazy.
Yep.
Wow, that's a good one. I like that one. That is good.
It's an organizational thing. It's an organization. Winning a Super Bowl is an organizational from GM down. It's not just a coach coming in and saying and assistants and everything too. It's an organizational thing, not a coach.
Okay, so how about this for an interesting stat? This is from Pro Football Reference. Niners win this weekend. They beat Green Bay. They'll become the first team to advance to three straight NFC Championship games since the Niners in 2011 to 2013, which they did not win a Super Bowl during that time period either. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So think about it. They went, but they never won. They never won a title either of those times. So
wow.
And Mike McCarthy says, we will get there. We will get there. Yeah, we'll get there, buddy. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, Caleb Downs is the kid who was an All-American at Bama, the defensive back, and he's going to look at Ohio State, which I could see happening. Belichick.
Ohio State put out some good defensive backs in their time.
Oh, so the Knicks are eyeing Bruce Brown. I didn't know that. Are they really eyeing Bruce Brown?
Yeah, he was. They can, and the thing with him is, because he just got traded, they can trade him again, but he can't be traded along with any other players.
Okay.
That's how the NBA rules are. But since he just got traded, within the same season, he can only be traded straight up, without any other players along with him from the team. So, he won last year with Denver, and is known as a good bench guy and stuff. So,
and so another thing I didn't know, Dak Prescott is the first Cowboys quarterback ever to lead the NFL in touchdown passes. First.
I thought maybe Tony Romo would have the year he had.
Yeah, right. You're right.
I guess that was the time when Peyton Manning was really lighting it up. So I guess.
And you know what?
Time he had, Terrell Owens,
but you know what's interesting? We were talking about McCarthy. I didn't mean to cut you off. They kept Garrett on forever. I thought Garrett was there like 5 years too long, and I think that Jones likes having guys that he can be puppet master with. I think that's a big thing with him, is to have guys he can control. So,
and especially now that he knows he's really on the hot seat, he can. If he doesn't do everything to appease Jerry, he could be out next year.
Okay, now I forgot to talk about this. So, are you happy that Gooden's getting his jersey number 16 retired?
Absolutely.
April 14th and Strawberry number 18 on June 1st.
Yeah, this is way overdue.
Way overdue.
Like,
That's
when you think of the Mets, you think of Seaver, you think of Piazza, you think of Gooden, you think of Strawberry, Hernandez, Gary Carter, but definitely Gooden's like, well, you name greatest Mets. I mean, if you talk about greatest individual seasons, I mean, he's probably that 85, 86 time. That's probably the greatest individual season.
I saw him pitch that 24-4 year. I went to a game. It was like the game went like this. He just came. He was overpowering, just like bam, bam, bam. And I love Strawberry. I mean, Strawberry had a lot of problems off the field, but he came in as an 18-year-old playing, or 18, 19. He was playing Major League Baseball. What kid at 18 is ready to play baseball? I mean,
and that good.
That good and effortless.
He was
effortless. Effortless. Like he could throw a ball a mile. But I'll tell you.
And that curveball was
I love Strawberry. I love Gooden. I love Strawberry. But I'll tell you, Gooden still looks like shit to me. Yeah. Mets talk.
Yeah, I mean, they had their issues. I mean, they definitely, that's one of those, that didn't get involved in drugs, man.
What if?
Yeah, what if?
Those are big what ifs.
Yeah, drugs, man.
Rob, do you remember the Super Bowl, Giant Super Bowl you guys won in 86? They showed Gooden and Strawberry at the game. They were obliterated.
Oh, sure.
Obliterated. And you were like, oh.
Gooden missed the parade, right?
He did. He was in a cocaine den.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, and Aaron, I agree. Jason Garrett is one of the creepiest individuals I've ever seen. Yeah, he creeps me out, dude. He creeps me out. Okay, so we talked about that. So listen to this. Saban is leaving. 24 players enter the transfer portal. 12 guys enter 36 players from this year's team are gone. 36 players are going to be gone from the team. That's a lot, dude. That is a lot.
I know this is going to sound backwards, but in a way, maybe that helps the coach in a sense.
Yes, I don't.
Because it takes the pressure off. Because these guys left. He's going to take some time to build the talent back up, and now he has a motivation for the other players. He could use as motivation. Guys, no one believes in us. All these other guys left. Let's band together. Show them we're still Alabama. Blah 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 blah. Maybe I'm not saying they win a championship, but maybe they exceed expectations because it's a way for the coach to bond the team together.
Did you see? Now, do you ever watch Real Sports? They canceled it. Did you watch the Jim Irsay interview on Real Sports with Brian Gumbel?
I might have, but yeah,
dude,
I think I know where you're going with this.
So,
yeah,
did you hear what happened? They think he OD'd in his bed.
Yeah.
Like he used to be a bodybuilder, and he was definitely taking stuff, but he looks terrible to me. I mean, and he said a respiratory illness. I'm like, dude, you look like he said he's gonna rehab so many times. I'm like, dude, you are a mess, dude. You got to get your. I was like, holy, you look terrible. And how about the Browns firing? They had a good season. They had 4 goddamn quarterbacks. Why fire Van Pelt? I think that was. I don't know who talked about. I did not like that move at all, man. I did not like that move at all.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that seems fishy to me. Like there's something that we're not being told.
Right. There's something. Okay, hear about this. What J.J. Watt said. Has college football become a place where you can just play as many years as you want? What happened to 5 years to play 4 seasons? He goes, there are young players coming up that are missing out on opportunities because we've got 7th and 8th year seniors. I don't disagree, but
Me neither.
I said, okay, I'm all right. I guess we are now 19 days until the trade deadline. What do you think?
As far as what? It's a very open-ended question. Is that the intention? What do I think?
Yeah, no, I mean, what do you think? So you think DeJounte Murray might be in the cards?
Yeah, yes, especially if the bench continues to struggle. But then again, the front office has been patient. They've never been one to make a move just to panic. So if Atlanta's asking too much, I don't think that the Knicks are going to do it. They're not in a rush. They have everything. They have Randall here. They have Brunson. They have pieces that they like. So they're not in a rush. They're not going to get fleeced. We saw that with Donovan Mitchell. We've seen that time and time again. This front office is smart. They know they have some assets, and they're not going to get fleeced for a player. So if Atlanta if there's not a better offer out there, and they're willing to take what the Knicks offer, okay. If not, they're not going to. I think they'll add something, and maybe something like Trey Burke, who was on the Knicks prior, and he's someone who could create offense. He's not going to be the difference maker, and he's not going to all of a sudden put them on that Boston level. But he will definitely help cut the gap of the starting scoring and the bench scoring, or you may see a Jordan Clarkson, which would help. But
I like Clarkson. I
expect them to make some sort of move.
I like Clarkson, and you're right. You want a guy a guy could go for 20 off the bench any night. Like he's gonna.
Yeah, exactly. And during those minutes that Brunson and Randall aren't there, he's someone that if you need a bucket, you can put the ball in his hands and get a few buckets and stem that time, so you're not overplaying their minutes. And if there's an injury, God forbid, they can step in too and play.
Okay, yeah, and Aaron likes him. He thinks Jordan Belfort would be great as He's on fire. Aaron's on fire today with his jokes. So OJ Anunoby, 158 through 9 games. First, this is from Nick's View, says the first player in NBA history to have at least a plus 135 in their first 9 games with a new franchise. All right.
What was he? 6 for 8 with 17 points the other night?
Yeah, he
efficient. He is efficient, and his defense is really good.
Yes. And the Celtics are
and a bench center. Yeah, Aaron. What I read about that is the Knicks were looking for one, but now they're optimistic that Mitchell Robinson to be back, so they're willing to stem the tide until Mitchell Robinson comes back because they don't want to give up any assets that they can use for more of a player. Because any guy they get now is going to be a short-term guy because of Hartenstein and Robinson, and he'll go to the bench. He'll be buried on the bench once Robinson comes back. So they're not looking to part with any assets to get a bench guy because they're confident Robinson comes back.
So you keep talking and you're going, and out of my corner, my left eye, I see Randall stinks from Josh. That's all I see. Randall stinks.
He doesn't stink. Is Randall a closer? No, we have Brunson as a closer. Also, Randall is, I think, the second highest first quarter point scorer in the NBA, or maybe like 5th, something like that. But that's really good.
All right.
He gets the Knicks going early on, and when the Knicks lead going into the third quarter, they're like they've only lost 1 game all year when they're half the league going into the third quarter, and he doesn't stink. Josh doesn't
like him.
He's being playing a little bit of that role. He doesn't stink. Is he a 1A? Brunson's our 1A. Randall's a good 2 guy. He complements Brunson well. Randall plays hard. We talked about it. He doesn't stink.
No, he doesn't. And what Aaron says, I don't think Sims he's just not a good player, dude. I just don't think he's that guy.
He doesn't do enough. He's got no offensive game. He's Mitchell Robinson light, like really light.
Really light. And Celtics.
What he can do well is he can guard point guards. He's quick enough on the perimeter to guard point guards. Just something Mitchell Robinson had improved off last year and was doing well this year before he got hurt. When they switch, he was able to. Sims can stay in front of guards. He's a good defender, but he's got nothing offensively. And he gets into foul trouble way too quick.
He might have, and so...
Josh had too many White Claws.
I thought he was going to come on live. He said yesterday he was going to come on live with you guys. I was hurt. I was hurt a little bit that he wouldn't... I'm like, wow, I've been asking him forever to come on live. And he had to it was bath time. He took bath time over doing the show. Bath time.
Well, Josh can say all he wants about Julius Randle, but he won't come on and say about it, so,
He said, I see you. It was bath time. I couldn't do it. It was bath time. I had to sing my songs. So the Celtics, a 13th team in NBA in history to go 20-0. Listen, that team scares me. I mean...
20-0? What?
They're 20-0 at home right now.
Oh, at home?
Yeah.
Yeah, that team's really good as long as they stay healthy. I mean, there's really Their weakness is their bench, but they have enough guys who can create to where they can stagger those minutes come playoff times. And having Porzingis, who I wish the Knicks would have gotten in the offseason, I would have tried to move something to get him. I think having him just gives them a dynamic that makes it really hard to. He can block shots defensively, and he can shoot from the outside so well. You have to open up. You have to pull your center out, and that opens up the middle of the paint for Tatum and Brown.
Well, who was the Knicks' first-round pick last year, Rob? Do you remember who was the first-round pick?
You mean the guy they got in the draft
this year?
Last draft?
Yeah, who they got? Who
they traded away to Detroit.
So Hawkins was the kid out of UConn. I liked him. 6'5" guard. He's starting to cook a little bit. He went 14th overall. That's a guy you put him on the bench and let him take over the bench. Yeah, I just saw that. I just saw that he's been lighting it up the last couple games. So I was like,
yeah, they traded the first pick.
Okay. So the guy who died was Dejan Milojevic, 46. 46, dude.
46.
40.
Wow.
And Dak.
You never know, man.
Yeah.
You never know.
Dak Prescott 2-5 playoff record. Now the worst record in NFL playoff history by any cornerback with at least 5 starts. And the Packers also the first. This is bullshit. The number 7 seed since they went to 7 seeds. I mean, who gives a shit? It was 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, really? I mean, now you just and 2-5, the worst record, dude. He's 2-5. It's not like he's like 2-11. Listen, Dak Prescott. I don't know he needs a mental coach. We're at a wedding down here, and there's a guy's a mental coach. I go, you call up Dak Prescott, you say, dude, let me help you. Because he gets the playoffs. I can't stand that thing he does where he does the little hip shit. I'm like, dude, fuck with that. Sit in the back and do some mental exercises. Because you get happy feet in the playoffs. You get like this. I mean, it doesn't work. It's ridiculous. Yep. He sucks. He sucks, man. He does. He really does.
And I don't think they do him any favors. They're a passing offense. If they were to commit more to the run, you saw he's been working with Buffalo. They take a little bit of the load off of Jones, and he's played really well in getting them to playoffs. Run the ball more, take the load off him, which then gives you just eating up the clock, less possession, wears down the defense, and then you get play action. To me, running the ball, it doesn't have to be your main focus, but being able to run it well and establish it early on helps the quarterback a ton, especially I think someone like Dak, if you can run the ball to start the game and you guys can maybe get a field goal or a touchdown early on by mostly running the ball, it will alleviate some of the pressure on him and allow him to settle into the game nicely. I was actually, this is awesome. So last night, I had my son over here and he loves Patrick Mahomes because he hears about him and stuff like that.
Right.
So we wanted to watch last year's Super Bowl, and I couldn't find it on YouTube. And I was like, all right. I was like, well, we can watch the Giants Super Bowl. And he goes, okay. I said, well, I'm like, we could. And the Giants beat the Patriots. He goes, what about that one with that great catch? I was like, okay. So we put it on. And one thing they talked about the Giants did in that Super Bowl was it was Eli's first Super Bowl, and Kevin Gilbride told Aikman and Buck that he was going to come out, and his offense was going to look, depending on how Eli was coming out to throw the ball, they would either, if he was calm and collective and seemed like he was just normal Eli calm, they would look to stretch the defense more, maybe take a couple shots downfield. If not, they had other plays where they were going to take shorter, hooks by the receivers, by the tight end, maybe screen passes, shorter, easier throw more, and make easier throws for him to get him settled down. And that's exactly what you need to do, run the ball or whatever. With Dak is get him eased into the game more, not just the normal, he clearly has an issue in the playoffs. Make things easy on him to begin the game.
Okay. I don't disagree. Dude, so I was looking at just while we've been talking, that I've been looking that they said the Lakers and Hawks are talking about Murray.
Yeah, boy, man. The Lakers, really? They're committed to LeBron, so they have to, but that team is going to win the West. Even with Murray, come on. You got Denver, you got Oklahoma City, you got Minnesota,
Lakers ain't good. Lakers
Phoenix is there with Phoenix.
I agree.
Murray's not going to.
Exactly.
I think.
Yeah, you froze. It's almost he's like in mid-thought.
But still,
Yeah, they're not good, dude. I lost the stuff you said. I lost you for a second.
I can hear you.
No, I couldn't hear you. Broke up with me. But I agree that they're not a good team. That's not the team. That they're not a good team. Did- Oh wow, that was really cool. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Yeah, I lost all my. Everything just went off for a second. We've been talking so long that everything. No, so Josh Hader just got signed 5 years, $95 million with the Astros.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, Houston is still competing, so yeah.
Yeah, so they're talking about what else did I see? Mark Andrews is not playing. He was they was
Oh, he's not. I saw he was a chance of playing.
Yeah, he's not playing. He's not playing. I was like, I really wanted I wanted him to play, so he's not playing. What else do I see here? You have Josh Hader. Pacers wanted Markkanen instead of Siakam, but they're not giving up Markkanen the Jazz.
Come on. Why would they? Yeah, why would Utah do that?
Yeah, and at Kamara to the Broncos. That they would get back with Sean Payton.
Wait, did that happen? Or
No. They said that's something they should look into to let him play.
If I were the Broncos, why would I? I mean, if it comes really cheap, okay, but why else would I?
I wouldn't do it, dude. Dude, how about some trivia?
I got trivia for you actually too.
Oh, you hit me up first.
So what teams in NFL since 1941 when the NFL since 1940? So what teams have met the most in the divisional round of the playoffs? What two teams have met the most?
Oh, I think it's the Bears Packers.
Nope.
Divisional round. Oh, divisional round. Shit.
Divisional round, not wild card, divisional round.
I still would have said Bears
I
Packers.
can give you a hint if you'd like.
I'm going to say Cowboys Redskins.
Nope.
Divisional round. Oh, so it's got to be two teams that would meet earlier than later. So it's got to be teams that are playing this
Divisional
weekend.
round, yeah.
So is it Green Bay Niners?
Nope. This is a really good one. This is one I didn't expect.
Oh, so it's two teams I wouldn't. Is it AFC or NFC?
I'll give you NFC. I'll give you that.
Are either of the teams in the playoffs this year?
Yes.
Are they still in the playoffs? Okay, wait. They're in the playoffs this year. Okay, so I'm going to say Dallas Niners.
One of the teams is in the playoffs.
Dallas and Niners.
Nope.
I'm not even close, am I?
Yeah, kind of. You're kind of close.
All right, so I think it's
I'd say you're close.
I think it's the Niners, but the Niners haven't been around. Niners have been around since the 40s. Niners.
But it's two teams meeting. Is that?
Oh wait, it is the Giants. Got to be the Giants.
No. That was one of my thoughts too.
Well, it's got to be a team that's.
They also met in the NFC Championship a number of times.
Okay, so it's got to. It's not the Giants. It's not the Cowboys. Green Bay. So it's what? Green Bay is a team. No.
It's not Green Bay.
So it's Niners. Do I got at least one? Do I have had one right?
Yeah, you got one. You got Niners. Yeah.
Okay, so Niners in the divisional round versus somebody I wouldn't think. Oh wow, that's Niners Bears.
Nope.
I think Niners. Shit, that's a good one. Niners and Falcons. It has to be a team that's played a shitload of playoff games.
Yeah, it has to be.
So Giants. I'm going to Washington. Rams, no. Shit, Falcons, no. That's a good one, dude.
I wouldn't have gotten this. My first thought was either Giants and Niners. I did think about that.
Not because Niners and Cowboys have met a lot, but that's so it's the Niners.
Yeah, a lot of NFC Championship games.
Yeah, that's so divisional round. So, Niners Vikings. Yeah. Niners Vikings.
Yep, Niners Vikings. Yeah, that's it. 6 times.
Really?
Yep.
Niners Vikings.
Saw it on ESPN this morning. Yeah.
Good one, dude. Dude, you are good. So.
I just saw it. I can't take credit for it. I would have gotten it wrong.
No, dude, that was okay. So the last game trivia question was most rushing yards in a single season by Michigan football player, but I had milked it on.
Yeah, I heard it. So I would never have guessed.
Yeah, Bianca Batuba, but Michigan got it right too. So I got to give Michigan.
And he had the yards correct against Ohio State in that game, which was like
313. He goes 313.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's he must have obviously broke a couple for long runs. 313 is amazing.
That's
I was thinking about this when he said that. I was like, man, 313. And then I was thinking, We don't get many NFL games with like big rushing yards by players anymore.
No, like you get two.
We don't get these 180-yard, 190-yard games in the NFL, and under 70-yard games. It just doesn't really happen very much anymore.
Yeah, I agree. So today's trivia question is: can you tell me the only NFL player with a Super Bowl and Olympic gold medal? There's one NFL player who won a Super Bowl and also had a gold medal. Now, he is before your time. But he is a guy, if you heard the name, you might know. He's before your time.
So it's Super Bowl, not NFL champion.
Won a Super Bowl. So
Okay,
Super Bowl. So Super Bowl since '67, and Super Bowl, and he won an Olympic gold medal.
Oh God! The name I'm thinking of is a cornerback for the Raiders.
Cornerback for the Raiders. Oh, you're thinking about Galt? You think about Galt, Willie Galt?
No, he was a receiver, but he didn't win one. Wasn't there a wide receiver that was a cornerback for the Raiders that was also a sprinter? Maybe he didn't win a gold though. But there was.
No.
I guess I'm wrong on that.
No.
It isn't him, obviously.
You might not know this. But I thought I would.
Let me think. Obviously, Jim Brown first came to mind, but that was pre-Super Bowl era anyway, because he was a great athlete.
We have talked a lot about it, the team he played for today. A lot about the team he played for.
Is it the guy you put in the chat?
Who?
The obscure wide receiver?
No, that was Ronaldo Nehemiah. He played on the Niners.
Because he was a sprinter and he was on the 49ers in the 80s, but...
Yeah, no, this guy played in the 60s and 70s.
I'm not going to...
All right, well, I thought we'd try. All right, Rob, now I don't know about tomorrow because we got family coming over and then we got a wedding. But if I can even do a half an hour, maybe we'll just come on. Now that's the thing too. I'm gonna miss the games tomorrow, which it's a wedding. I can't do anything about it. But I'm gonna miss probably the game. I'm gonna be in and out. I'm gonna be able to watch the first half. Right, it's 4:30. Yeah, I'm gonna watch like a half an hour of that game, and then the wedding starts at 6. So I'm asking if they could put TVs at the wedding, but they didn't. I didn't get a good response.
Gotcha. So before we go, though, I got to tell you all about the last episode of Reacher. So this guy...
Now I'm going to watch it right now, because now you just said it. We got to watch it.
Yeah, but no, it's great. Tomorrow, it should be good games.
If not, okay, so this is the thing. If not, are you working Sunday or are you off Sunday?
I'm off Sunday. I have my son, but I might be able to get on if that's what you're asking about.
So if I come on, Michigan's going out to lunch with her cousin in the early afternoon. So I'll figure out maybe, even if you give me a half an hour, you give me a half an hour.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, man. Yeah. Thank you for coming on today. Awesome. You rock. You're the best.
You rock too, brother.
Adios, Company of Jace.
Peace out.
Peace out. Company of Jace. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See ya. All right, let me see. Oh, no. I want to get all the people. We're still talking because I'm trying to see. We had a lot of people come on today, and I want to just go back. All right, so we had on them. We had that. Something. Maybe that's it. All right, that's it. We got Anthony. We got Bobby Aquafighter. We had Kevdu. We had Shauna. We had Aaron came on. It was all. And Aaron, what did you say to me? Oh, Aaron said some stuff at the end. I don't want to. Yeah, we were all off. I'm off Monday, boys. I'll hop on. Aaron, Monday we are in. We're flying out Monday afternoon. We got a 3:00 flight on Monday, so I will try to get you on. Okay. And I agree. Williams is the quality running back, not Kamara. Kamara's been down the last couple of years. So thank you all for being on today. Peace out. Some of my love to Josh, Aaron, Kev. I saw Anthony on here. Lanker was talking to me, everybody. So everything's going to die. So thank you all for joining today. Peace out. Michigan's in the kitchen going, saying get off the goddamn podcast. But I just keep going. All right? Peace out, everybody. Have a great day. Adios. Share. Down.